room your undivided attention. Thank you very much. I think you all can hear me. I'm going to project, and I'm just going to take 2 minutes, and then we want to hear from our illustrious judge, Bush fan here. One of the things, we have some things in common. I'm a New Yorker, and Brooklyn, right? Went to high school in Manhattan, no. But here's the thing, here's the thing I want to say to you all. I came south for college, left New York and came south for college. It was a difficult adjustment, but turned out to be a great experience for me because I met all kinds of different people and I grew in ways that I didn't expect to grow. So don't be afraid to move out from your comfort zone. You have great team leaders and great support in this program. Please take advantage of it. How many of you know the poem by Langston Hughes called Dreams? Old Faster Dreams. You know that poem? It's about having dreams and about having a vision for your life that's better than where you are now. And there are people in this room who can help you. And what the gentleman said just a moment ago about North Carolina, I know every chancellor and the chancellors and presidents running universities in North Carolina, at the white schools and at the black schools, worked at most of them, NCCU, Winston-Salem State, Fayetteville State, other folk at A&T, all those places. So if you think you want to go there, whether or not we touch this tonight, make sure that the staff knows that you want to look at a school down here. And having met you, and as the young lady said, not just that you know me, but if I can honestly say I met you, you introduced yourself to me. And we can have follow-up conversations by phone. Then I can call the chancellors and other folk directly and say, oh, this is one of mine. Because, anybody in this program now, I have adopted everybody. So if you're coming in my sphere of influence, then you're one of mine too. And that's a different conversation. So I want to say I'm proud of the way you conduct yourselves. That is why I can say, honestly, I can recommend any of your students, because all of you have acquitted yourselves so well, including the young person who said Affleck. But my name is not spelled like the duck, it's spelled like my cousin, the actor, Ben Affleck. So Ben and I are trying to get together on some things. Actually, he doesn't know he's my cousin, I'm just trying to... but listen, you're going to have a great tour, take full advantage, take notes, ask good questions. And again, if you get to a campus, Johnson C. Smith, A&T Web, that you think you want to go to, shake hands, get business cards, talk to people there so you have a contact on that campus. So we will do our part, you do your part, then you will have the life that you want to have that's much better than anybody might have predicted for you. I'll say this last thing, just so you know, it doesn't matter where you are, it's where you're going. It doesn't matter what you have or what you start with, but what you end up with. First 10 years of my life, I lived in the Red Hook Projects in Brooklyn. And we were poor, and I knew I was poor because there were several days when I asked my mother what was for dinner, she said, nothing, I don't know, we have no food. That's when I knew I was poor. And I remember thinking to myself, how did I get in this poor family? This is terrible. But it was real. So when I went to college, I didn't fail any classes because I didn't have anything to go back to. I knew I was blessed to be where I was, and I made it happen. So while my parents didn't finish high school, they dropped out in the 8th grade, and I was the first in my family to go to college. I got a bachelor's degree from Tuskegee, a master's degree, and I went to law school at the American University in Washington, D.C., and passed the New York bar exam, not the black folks bar, the bar exam. The judge knows about that. And it's not because I was special. It was because I took advantage of the opportunity, and I understood there were efforts and there were results. And the strength of the effort, right, is measured the result. And I was telling Brother Beyond the back that in 2011 I went to China, Beijing, China, and I was sitting in Beijing, and I started writing this piece, From Brooklyn to Beijing. What does it take to go from Brooklyn to Beijing on this international scale? And I reflected on it. And I won't go into any detail now because we want to hear from the judge, but all I want to say is that anything is possible. If you can believe it, you can conceive it, you can achieve it, but it's all about what you do to make it happen, and we here as adults can help. So have a great trip. So glad to meet you, and I wish you all the best.